Hey guys, and welcome to episode 6 of reading South African celebrity birth charts without any pre-context. So in today's episode, we're going to read none other than Pearl Thusi's birth chart and figure out the kind of person that she is and what's going on in her life. So without further ado, let's get into it. So according to Wikipedia, Pearl Thusi was born on the 13th of May 1988, making her a 22 degrees Taurus sun. And we don't know what time she's born. So Pearl Thusi, if you're watching this, drop your birth time so we can do your full birth chart. But regardless of whatever time she would be born, she is an Aries moon. That's that. Now, when I looked at her birth chart, the first major aspect that I saw was her sun in Taurus at 22 degrees square her Mars in Aquarius. Now, what are squares? Squares are when two signs come together who have the same modality. Because remember, in astrology, we have three modalities. We have cardinal signs, mutable signs, and fixed signs, right? The fixed signs are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Fixed meaning they're both situated, stubborn, consistent, persistent, continuous, something that stays exactly as it is. But the square, aka the friction, comes because Taurus and Aquarius are what? They're different elements. Taurus is an earth sign, and then Aquarius is an air sign. And the planets that they're in is the sun and Mars, right? So her sun and her Mars are squaring, meaning that it's difficult for them to work together in a harmonious, pleasant, not so frictiony way. So with her sun squaring her Mars, this brings, especially in women, these are like very domineering women. Like these are like the dom femme women. Okay. So Pearl Thusi, also cool with the fact that she has an Aries moon. She's somebody who knows exactly what she wants in life, right? And because she's a Taurus, so she's very stubborn in her ideals and her beliefs. And when she has a vision on how something should be or how she feels something should be, that's that, and no one can convince her. And now the problem comes with compromise. Pearl Thusi has an issue, especially with her Aries moon and sun squaring Mars. She has an issue with compromising or shifting a little bit or being more flexible. Let me just say that she has an issue with being flexible in her actions and in her belief systems, and that can be hindering in her relationships, especially with men, because the sun and Mars and Jupiter, those are the planets that tell us the relationship that we have with our fathers. So I've seen people with sun square Mars especially either have they don't have a relationship with their father, or their father was abusive in some way, or their father died when they were young or something. So now they have like an iffy relationship with men, But in her case, because she's a Taurus and because Aquarius is ruled by Saturn, which is a very consecutive traditional planet, she's somebody who wants like a macho man, like Pearl Thusi, somebody who she wouldn't do well with Pisces, Cancer, soft, sensitive kind of people. And the reason why she wouldn't do very well with more sensitive Pisces, Cancerian people is because her energy is very direct. She's a very direct person. She's very honest a lot of the times, but her honesty isn't like maybe Leo honesty, where she's kind of charming when she says something. Like when she says something, it'll make you feel like she's instigating an argument with you or she's criticizing you. Also, mind you, she has her south node, right? Her north node, her life's destiny in this life is to be a Pisces, to be more soft, to be more caring, empathetic, creative. And she clocked the creativity part with her acting, so she has that part down. So I'm proud of you for that. But learning to be more sensitive and more considerate of people's emotions, Pisces things, be more spiritual, like be more intuitive, know what to say, and like know how to read the room and know how to cater to people's emotions. That's her life's destiny. But obviously we don't know what house it's in because we don't know what time she's born, so we can't allocate that to her houses. But her south node is in Virgo, and we know Virgo is very critical, criticizing, judgmental. So those themes are very relevant in her life. So you may be thinking, oh my God, she's a Taurus. I didn't think Tauruses were judgmental. No, you're feeling her Virgo South Node. Your South Node is the energy that you came into this life already knowing, right? And then your North Node is the energy that you're meant to learn and accumulate in this life. You know what I'm saying? Like the debts that you need to pay in this life. So with her Virgo South Node, like she already knows how to be critical. She's very health conscious, which is why we see her work out. Also, people who have Sun square Mars, because these are like energy more masculine planets, you know. So this is the reason why she really likes like working out, and she's into like karate and jujitsu and all that other shit, you know. Obviously training for the films and production she's in. But I think there was an interview, and one of her friends, like I think it was DJ Zintle, she was like, Pearl Thusi is really strong, and she really is, and she enjoys it. I think she would actually really benefit like being in martial arts, because then she can get all that Aries energy, like all that aggression and sexual tension and all that pent up rage that she has can be directed in something more useful. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing about it, with her having Gemini and Aries placements cooped, trust and believe, like Pearl Thusi is a very argumentative person, right? And a lot of the times this argumentative energy is for, she's trying to bring out the truth in people, you know, because she's a very raw and honest person in herself. You know what I'm saying? Like she's triggered easily. A lot of the times, like the major feeling she feels is anger or frustration, and even though she can get over it easily, like it can be difficult, especially with other men, because she's going to be seen as more difficult on the receiving end of her energy, you know. Also, with having Aries and Gemini placements, it just makes for somebody who a lot of the times it could be a good like aspect, because she can be really funny, you know, just because she's so honest, and she always says like exactly what's on her mind. Like she says the first thing that comes to her mind. So in that sense, that can be funny. But for somebody who's also not as honest, or somebody who likes to sugarcoat things, aka Libra placements, Pisces placements, she can be seen as really abrasive and rude, and like a bit too honest. Like she keeps it way too real, because she doesn't have a filter a lot of the time. And I think obviously like growing and understanding people and understanding the right things to say, like she's developed like the wisdom to say things in a more filtered way, especially like for work and stuff, you know. But just her chilling in general, she's a very direct person. And also getting back to the fact that she has an Aries moon, she's somebody who gets annoyed very easily. Like Aries moon, Sag, okay, no, not Sag moons, but Aries moons, like they get mad so quickly, you know. So it's easy for her to get triggered by people, which is why she's always like on the defense, because she's always like feeling like she has to defend herself, you know. But a lot of the time she could be in that state of mind, not knowing that like people aren't trying to do that, you know. People are just chill with her, but she may be feeling like, oh no, you're not saying. Okay, let me just say, she basically has a problem with people who don't say exactly how they feel, because Aries placements don't like to work too hard to figure you out. They want to know what it is upfront, raw. You know what I'm saying? They need rawness all the time. And if Pearl Thusi feels like you're not giving rawness, like you're not being authentic in your expressions, in your opinions, or if you're just saying things just to get a reaction, or not a reaction, but if you're just saying things to be cool, or just to impress her or impress people around you, she's gonna feel frustrated, you know, because she can't relate to that. And mind you, like your moon is what make you feel comfortable, so she's comfortable in spaces that are raw, that are honest, even aggressive, you know, because aggression a lot of the times is like a first instinct feeling. So for her to feel comfortable with somebody, she needs to feel that like rawness from somebody else. And a lot of the times rawness or honesty is presented in passion, you know. So a lot of the times she'll instigate a fight so that you can say exactly how you feel. Because a lot of the times in the interview that I had with the Aries girls, they'll tell you that Aries placements just sometimes, you know, they instigate a fight just so that they can tell you, just so that you can tell them the truth. Because a lot of the times people are more honest in times of conflict, and all fire placements, they already know that. But in terms of relationships, I think Pearl Thusi will do really well with a Capricorn, someone with Capricorn and Scorpio placements, because that combo I feel like is patient enough to handle her, and also, you know, more macho and strong enough to deal with her in her temperamental Aries moon modes. But yeah, guys, anyone with an Aries anything, they're always going to be misunderstood. I've realized that Aries placements are always misunderstood, but you know, you can say what you want about Aries placements, but I think the core of Aries energy is just to be as raw as possible, be as honest as you can, you know. And I think with Pearl Thusi's chart, she demands honesty from everybody, she demands everybody to stand up for themselves, because she probably doesn't like people who make themselves a victim, because she's never in victim mode, because she can easily defend herself in any situation. But the reason why she would be somebody who's seen as like a hateful bitch is really just because of that Aries moon and her sun square Mars, her having like a domineering, unrelatable energy. And anyone that we feel is unrelatable, we're already gonna deem them as somebody who's in opposition, so we're just naturally as humans gonna see them or villainize them. So yeah, guys, if you guys would like a birth chart reading from me, hit me up and we'll discuss a date and a time and a price for your birth chart reading. Pearl Thusi, I love you so much. I love your work, and happy belated birthday. See you in episode 7. We're gonna read Nadia Nakai's birth chart.